Greetings, I'm JAG Officer Bill. You may know my brother from his reviews. But today I'm going to be showing you the recent exploiter events that took place step by step, in order to expose them. Before we get into this, I'd like to provide some context. Several years ago, our commander Raptor had made an old Mombasa map for use of the Raider Dawn. The group has used the map for numerous events over the years like game nights, team deathmatches, etc. Recently he had started working on it again but was notified by a friend that someone had made a game with a map that looked awfully familiar. This is Raptor's game. And this is the stolen game created by an alt by the name of Scroll. So naturally the next step was to have a few friends try the game out, but they didn't seem to like it as it didn't seem very original. The next day some Raider Dawn members decided to pay their Discord server a visit. At first Raptor and Matt joined but were ignored and eventually got banned. Because of this, many Raider Dawn members were employed to join their server and confront the exploiters. As a mass amount of RD joined their tiny server, chaos began to ensue, and the exploiters were hardly able to manage them. Lord Hood, or the Forgotten One, as was his Discord name at the time, seemed to be the ringleader of this event. When he was confronted about the stolen map in the voice channel, he acted like he couldn't hear. Listen to one of the brave soldiers' testimonies, who attempted to confront this evil.
Quote, "What did you say?" Every time I asked a question, they chatted out, "What did you say? I can't hear you. Hello? Hello? I can't hear you." Every time I said something. They banned everyone we sent, by the way. They banned like a good 70 people, I'm pretty confident.
As the battle raged on, many soldiers were banned and therefore silenced by their obviously guilty foe. At that point the conflict seemed to be over, but Raptor messaged Lord Hood in an attempt to finally confront him and get his definitive response to the situation. He of course denied the whole thing and said that there were no ties between him and Scroll and that the only reason he was in Scroll's server was because, quote, "people just started going there so then I started going." Unfortunately for Lord Hood, none of those arguments hold, as the alt Scroll linked Lord Hood's group in the stolen game's description. Also, it is highly improbable that Lord Hood saw any kind of amount of people joining Scroll's server, as it was only him and Scroll in it when Raptor and Matt joined. Now after all the fighting, Scroll had taken down the game as its ratings brought it down to a 19% and republished the game with a clean slate. A few days after Lord Hood, who remember, said that there are no ties with the exploiter Scroll and his group, posted a picture in his group's Discord of a map in studio with him undoubtedly in team create with Scroll. So much for no ties. Sadly Scroll was too cowardly to respond to any kind of confrontation and continues to avoid Raider Dawn HRs. RD isn't worried their game will get popular, but, if you think you can exploit and steal maps that aren't your own, giving no credit whatsoever and use it, I will find you, and we will shame you.